Hello, and welcome back to the When We Were Kids, a Monsters in the Toybox podcast. Today is the first snow day of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Beaver Local announced it last week that they wouldn't have school today. Now, I woke up this morning actually to a text from the school, my kids' school, saying they didn't have school today, which I was very happy. So that meant I got to sleep in.
Where do they go to school?
Niles. So I kept checking all night. I'm like, please cancel. I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and there was a text saying the school's canceled. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, everybody cancels now, man. I guess we talked about this before. Yeah, I was in Columbiana. We were always one of the last people to get. I don't know who our superintendent was at the time, but he was a real dick. We'll say that. He never canceled school.
Yeah, but that's the one thing I remember about in school was I'll never forget the one time we did not have school. We had. This might have been the last time it ever actually happened. We had a level 3 snow warning. And I'll never forget, me and my buddy Mike went to the mall. And because school was canceled, so we went to the mall. We did like donuts in the parking lot. And he almost hit like a light post and everything else. And this shitty red Cavalier. I'll never forget it.
I used to do it all the time. In my first car, I had an 1984 Honda Accord that I got from my grandma's friend that had like no miles on it when I got it because she just drove it a mile a day. We don't barely, but yeah, like doing donuts in parking lots and stuff. And then like, yeah, I got real good at driving in the snow doing that.
But yeah, so I'll never forget. Went to the mall, walked around the mall because it was level 3 snow warning. And then they announced that you weren't allowed to be on the road at all because of the level 3. So we had to leave the mall, go home. Then I worked at Ponderosa, which they just tore down, by the way. They just tore it down. It is now a big old flat piece of land. So I worked at Ponderosa. We had a level 3 snow warning, but I still had to go into work.
How's anybody going to get there?
Exactly. I'm like, you're not supposed to be driving. So, like, I didn't drive at this point in time. So my parents dropped me off there, and it was so, I'll never forget, it was so dead. But then we'd have like stragglers coming in. And that's the one thing I hated working anywhere. Whenever it snowed bad, people would come in and just go, oh my God, the roads are terrible. It's like, yeah, you're not supposed to be on them. So why are you here? That's what happened when I used to work at buybacks all the time. We'd have snowstorms and everything else. And these people would come in, oh man, the roads are terrible. And you're like, yeah, they said don't drive out if you don't have to, and you're here because you really needed this copy of Click. But do you remember any back when you went to school? Is there any snow days in particular that stuck out in your mind?
Anytime we would go like sled riding or anything on snow days, like usually just my brother and I would be like, he'd build snowmen in the yard or whatever like that. If it got real bad, whatever. But I do remember going like every once in a while, like my mom would take us to like a friend's house. Like we had a friend that lived like down toward New Waterford, I believe. And like, but he had like this big hill going down the front of his house, which was great for sled lining, which we almost died on about 100 times because there were trees kind of at the bottom of it. And he would always steer in the trees. Be like, oh God, don't put your arm out, whatever. I remember one of his friends, I think I wasn't there when this happened, but he stuck his arm out and he went by a tree and snapped his arm. So yeah, his arm was messed up for however long, but yeah.
Yeah, when I was growing up, I grew up in Bezetta. My parents still live there. And back in the woods, we had like there's four-wheeler trails for my neighbors. So there was like a couple hills and we'd go back there, but they weren't like big hills. They were only like, I don't know, 6-7 feet tall. So we'd line our sleds up next to each other, try to push each other off the trail to see who would win, because on both sides of the trail were briar bushes. So that's what we did.
I remember one time there was a snow day. My ex-wife, right? I was married 20 years ago, but so my ex-wife, we went and was sled riding with her like little nephews, and I just remember her one nephew was flying down this hill, whatever, and this like right toward this kid that had just like gone down, whatever, and he drilled this kid full speed. The kid flipped twice, his shoes fell off, his gloves fell off. Like, I laughed so hard. It was just like, I'm like, the kid's probably dead, and I'm sitting there laughing. It's like, oh my god, yeah, the kid was crying and everything. Goes to got to go get his shoes and stuff. But yeah, just drilled him. It was great.
That happened to my kids. I'll never forget. 2 years ago, I took my kids. If you go to Packard Park, there's that big hill. It's right by the baseball fields. And my kids never really went sled riding before, and like because it hasn't really like snowed enough. So I took my kids sled riding there, and they were like loving it. And I told them, like, you have to pay attention to when other people are going down the hill. You have to get out of their way.
Yeah.
My son Fox goes down the hill, stands up, turns around. His brother Killian comes flying down the hill. He is standing literally in the way, and I'm yelling, "Move!" And he's not moving. Killian hits him so hard, he flies up in the air, like Killian like drilled his legs, and he just flipped up in the air and just fell face first. And I'm just like, at first I thought like, oh my god, he broke both of his freaking legs. And I go, what were you doing? He goes, I couldn't hear what you were saying. I go, I'm telling you to move. He's like, well, I didn't know that. I go, you should know to move because your brother's coming down like full force at you. Like, why would you just stand there? He goes, well, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, how do you not know what to do when someone's coming barreling down at you? You don't just stand there. But I'll never forget, like in the summertime, this is when Jackass was first came out, and me and my friends were trying to do like stupid Jackass stuff. We went to Mosquito Lake over by the dam because there's signs that said you're not allowed to sled ride there because everyone would go sled riding there, and they were always afraid that someone was gonna freaking get hit by a car or something. But we took a wagon there in the summer, and we were riding the wagon down because obviously you couldn't sled ride. So we took a wagon. My one buddy, Josh, like we were all able to stop when we got to the bottom. He couldn't stop for whatever reason. He went flying down so fast and so hard. He went through the fence, and the fence clipped him under his jaw, and he completely flipped and just landed on all these big ass rocks. And we like had to hurry and cut because we filmed it. We had to cut the tape because we run over and make sure he was okay. My sister was dating him at the time. My sister was like, "Oh my god, I think he's dead," because he did not move. Like it was bad. And then we just quit, and we never did that again. So, but yeah, other than for like school call-offs, pretty much, I don't really ever go sled ride. Oh, I lied. Okay, there's a church in Niles. I'll never forget. I was friends with these two girls who lived in Howland. The one is on the U.S. pastry team now.
What's the U.S. pastry team?
I don't know, but she makes a shitload of money. She lives in Phoenix.
You make pastries?
Yeah,
it's like competitive pastry cooking, or
yes, but then she also does like everything for like the Olympics and shit like that. Like she makes a shit ton of money, and she lives in Phoenix now. But me and her friend Ange, I remember there's this church in Niles that has a big hill in front of it, and one of us would have to stand down and watch this for cars coming down the street because you wouldn't be able to stop because you'd fly across the street into people's yards. So we'd have to stand there and look and make sure no cars were coming, and we'd yell "go!" and you go flying down the hill, over the sidewalk, over the street into someone's yard. But I always forget about that. I ain't taking my kids there because I don't need them getting hit by a goddamn car because they wouldn't pay attention at all. That's what my kids do. That's what all kids do. I saw something pop up on Facebook last week. I wrote it down on my phone so I wouldn't forget. It was something that I honestly completely forgot about. All right. Do you remember Discovery Zone?
Yeah, vaguely. What wasn't that in? Where was that at?
Boardman.
Was that where Chuck E. Cheese is at?
Yes.
Refresh my memory. What was Discovery Zone?
It was like an indoor playground.
Okay.
So basically, it had a ball pit and all that stuff. Like, and the tagline I think was "Where kids could be kids." I think that was their tagline.
Okay.
But I'm guessing you never went there as a kid.
I probably did.
The commercials make it look awesome. It really wasn't that awesome.
I literally didn't remember that it was even there until you just said that, and I'm like, Discovery Zone. Yeah, it was a Chuck E. Yeah, but I'm sure I was probably there as a kid, but I don't really, I just assumed it was Chuck E. Cheese. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I went there once as a kid. My aunt brought me and my cousin, and the commercials make it look like this awesome theme park, and it's like not at all. And like I said, I only went there once, and I will never. I can close my eyes and still imagine it. So they had one of those roller slides where it had like conveyor belt rollers, but there was like all different colors. So I got it had all that random shit, like normal slides, ball pit, like a bridge or something like that, tunnels. I got to the point of the roller slide, and there was like a line of people behind me. I couldn't turn around. There was a turd laying at the top in front of the roller slide, and I had to dive over it because it just was there. It was like right where you would sit down to scoot down, and like you couldn't really like jump feet first over it, so I had to jump head first over it, and I hit the rollers, and God, they hurt so bad. And
so it took a dump on top of the slide.
Yeah, and I was like, how does that? There is a good sized turd just sitting on the top of this thing. Like, how did no one notice this? 2, how did this giant turd get out? Like, it was unbroken.
Yeah,
it was just there. And I saw the Discovery Zone advertisement, and that's of course the only memory I have of Discovery Zone because I only went there once and never again. And I was like, "There's a big turd." And that's my memory of Discovery Zone was a big turd.
Somebody just dropped their pants and dropped a turd right there, or whatever. What didn't fall out their leg? Or
that turd symbolized Discovery Zone because it was not fun. Other things I thought of, I went down the rabbit hole of what was in our area. Did you ever used to go to Eastwood Mall?
I did, but I didn't start going to Eastwood Mall until probably later on. Like I was probably in high school before I went to Eastwood Mall for the first time. I just always went to Southern Park because I lived in Columbiana. So Eastwood Mall was a bit of a hike, but yeah.
So, I don't know what you would call it. The center, we'll say the center of the mall. When you walk to the food court, there used to be an escalator going up and an escalator going down. And every time I went to the mall, I always wanted to go up the escalator. It was like Valhalla when you were a kid. It was Pocket Change Park. It was nothing but video games and everything else. And they'd give you tokens every now and again. People can still find them. I find them randomly. Like people try to use them as like pennies and stuff. And you're just like, no, that's a Pocket Change Park token. I never got to go. All my friends always bragged about how great it was. And they hang out at the mall when they were younger, and their parents would just give them money and go to Pocket Change Park. I'm assuming you never went. I never got to go up that escalator to Pocket Change Park. I'm wondering if there's even pictures of it. But yeah, it was all that ups.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Part. Yeah, above where the food court is now was Pocket Change Park. And it was something that I always wanted to go to. My mom would never let me go because she didn't want to waste the money on me to play video games.
There was briefly there was an arcade in Southern Park Mall. It was like right when you walked. I'm trying to think exactly where it was at. Like where Burger King used to be over there. Like it was kind of right where you walked in, like to the left.
There was a Burger King at the Southern Park Mall.
There was, yeah. And yeah, there was I'm pretty sure the arcade was like right across the thing from it, and I was only ever in there a couple of times. I always wanted to go. I don't know why the hell my parents never took me or I could never go to the arcade. Like you show up, I think there's like, you're not going in there for like it's gonna take too long. I don't know, but yeah, we never got to go.
The only arcades I ever had to play when I was a kid was whenever we would go to Cortland roller rink because I couldn't roller skate, so I would just hang out in the arcade and play like whatever money my mom gave me to rent roller skates and stuff like that. I would just waste on like video games there because I wasn't going to roller skate because I was terrible at it.
That's what I did at Arrowhead Lanes in Columbiana. So it was like the bowling alley there, and they had like an arcade section there, whatever. And for bowling, whatever too. And then there was another roller rink. How was there? I'm trying to think of the roller. I couldn't roller skate either. I hated roller skating. I
could roller blade, but I could not roller skate.
Every time anybody had a roller skating party, I was like, no, I don't want to go to your stupid roller skate because I just fell. Like,
yes.
This is the dumbest idea ever. Why would you put
terrible roller skating?
How would you put wheels on shoes?
I could roller blade. And that was like a huge thing. Like in the winter, because I was obsessed with rollerblading. So like when we lived in Cortland, we had a big basement. So I just rollerblade around the basement. So when like spring and summer would come, I'd be able to just go outside and do it. But I was awesome at rollerblading. I sucked so bad at roller skating.
I could kind of ice skate, but I never.
Oh, I don't understand how I'm terrible at ice skating. Also,
I don't even. I mean, I'm not good at it, but I can at least stay upright and get around, whatever. Where like anything I never tried to rollerblade. And my brother got rollerblades, and I'm like, those are stupid. I didn't care. I
loved it because I used to play roller hockey all the time in my driveway and everything else. But yeah, roller skating I sucked at so bad. Ice skating I was terrible. Every time I'd go ice skating, I was always afraid I was just gonna fall and someone was gonna like slice a part of me off with their skate. It was just like this weird fear I had anytime I went ice skating. I'm like, someone's gonna cut a part of me off or slit my throat with their ice skate.
Talking about this made me remember. Were you ever in any like I was in a bowling league at Arrowhead Lanes, and I always like to play video games more than I like to bowl. Were you in any like leagues or anything like that growing up?
Nope. My parents were strictly like, you're not going into anything that's going to cost us money.
We did bowling, and I just remember it sucked because like
it was like every Saturday.
I know it was every Saturday morning at like 10 a.m., which I was like, oh, I don't want to go bowl. Like I just want to sit and watch cartoons. I didn't want to go bowling. And then you go bowl like, and I just remember like it was like a team thing, right? So your team had to do whatever, but like our team sucked. It was we were freaking god awful, but with how bad we were. But yeah, so no, you didn't need it. You had no leagues.
No, we had. It's still there too, Cortland Lanes. It's been there for so long. I think I've only been in there twice. I'm 44. I've only stepped foot in that place like twice. And they still do leagues and everything else, and it's still super popular. Always busy. I just never go. I don't know. Bowling is just one of those things. Like, and for me, for bowling, you have to have the electronic scoreboard. Because I do not understand the scoring for bowling at all.
I still don't get it either. I probably should have figured that out long ago. Yeah, because
even Westside Bold
did away with it because I get why they did away with it. It's so expensive to maintain those stupid things, whatever. You know what I mean? To have there, whatever. Just like screw by hand. I was like, yeah, whatever.
I don't understand. That's why I don't go bowling because I don't understand how to keep score.
I sort of knew how to do it at one point, but I don't bowl enough for it to matter really. You know what I mean?
I can't even tell you the last time I even bowled.
My wife joined her work. They joined a bowling league that I think should probably be starting up here pretty soon. But I went and rolled a couple frames with her, I think last year when I was about it. But yeah, it's fairly rare. I always end up just my arm hurts, my hand hurts. I
don't know why. That's what happens to me. I always hurt a finger whenever I bowl. And I'm like, I don't know why or how. But it's always my ring finger on my right hand.
It's not like a high impact sport, but yeah, I'm always like sore after it. My ass is sore after it. Like,
how's your ass sore?
Because you plant and throw the ball, whatever. So it's like, yeah, my ass always hurts. Like my right ass cheek hurts from like rolling it down the lane, whatever. I don't know. I'm probably doing something wrong or trying to throw the ball too hard.
Here's have you ever watched Kingpin?
Oh yeah.
All right. Every time I would go bowl, that's what I'd always think of was Bigger and McCracken every time.
Yeah, it's classic.
I heard right when that movie came out, I went with my cousins and my aunt to, oh my God, what was that bowling alley called? I can't remember the name of it, but the building is still there, but it's not a bowling alley anymore. Now it's just like a warehouse.
Well, your new store location's right where a bowling alley used to be. That used to be Wedgewood Lanes over there.
Yep. And it's so crazy too. Everyone who walks in goes, I had to come here because I used to bowl here. I'm like, it's not a bowling alley anymore.
Well, they tore the whole thing down and built. It's a whole new building there. They didn't even save any of the building, right? I think they tore the whole thing down, didn't they?
I don't know if they tore it down or they just completely gutted everything.
Yeah, I feel like they tore the whole thing down and
started from scratch
because it was pretty jacked
where
up.
It used to be the lanes is now like an indoor soccer field.
Okay.
So, but I never went to Wedgewood Lanes ever. I only went to it was called the Wedge whenever I'd go there. I'd go to watch wrestling, where I saw Ray Rowe, who's now Eric from the Viking Raiders or whatever the hell they're called now.
Yeah, that was a couple.
Raiders.
That was a couple different things over there. It was the Wedge, and then it was
I
like
saw social Distortion there. There's the only times I've ever been there was whenever I'd go watch wrestling.
I was at that one too, I think.
And then Social Distortion. Other than that, now it's some athletic place. So, but back we strayed off from going from Pocket Change Park to bowling alleys. Pocket Change Park closed and became my high school hangout, Kahunaville.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I don't think I was ever in Kahunaville. I remember it was there, but I don't think I ever went in there.
I used to go with my buddy Mike all the time, and we used to play the games just to get those jelly bracelets because those were a huge thing when I was in high school. So we'd go there and play games just to win jelly bracelets. The food there was not good.
Yeah, no, see, Southern Park Mall had that too, but it was just Jillian's. And Jillian's, the food sucked too, and there was a bunch of games there, whatever.
I forgot about Jillian's because you had to go around behind the mall to get there, where you had to walk down that long ass hallway to get there. I went to Jillian's a few times. And I completely forgot about Jillian's. But Kahunaville was, for people who don't know what Kahunaville was, it was like a tiki themed restaurant arcade. The food was awful. Everything had pineapple on it.
Yeah,
like everything. But the arcade was pretty decent, and like I said, we just pretty much went there to win jelly bracelets.
I always like places like that. Like I never really liked going to them very much growing up, whatever, because like they were always such a ripoff. It was always so freaking expensive to play the games or to do whatever. You had to buy tickets or do whatever. It was a fortune to go there.
Yeah.
So it's like no, and then I would just get ticked because like you put a token in or you do whatever to play some video game, and of course it would last 30 seconds before you were dead or ran out of lives, whatever. Yeah. So I gotta feed more money to this thing. I was like, screw this, I'm going home. Just go play it.
When I was married and when I used to drink, we used to go there for New Year's Eve because we would just get drunk and play video games. And then we went there for I want to say like 2 to 3 years in a row for.
There were bands there too, I remember, and it was like it was always really weird because like the stage was like in the middle of the room, like they set it up there and then like it went around everything. It was really weird.
I don't remember that at all. But
a couple times I saw bands.
Because like when you walk into it, there's the big tiki thing right in the way where the like hostess stand was, and you'd walk around that to the right, and then that whole back wall and stuff like that was all the arcade and the counter where you cash in your tickets after you spent $45 to get 3 bracelets. And then to the right was like the restaurant, and the restaurant was always so fucking dark.
Yeah.
Like they don't want you to see what you're eating.
No, you don't want to know.
Yeah, and you don't want to know. Just the food there was so bad.
Just something they took out the freezer and defrosted, and here you go.
And it's just so weird to me that now it's just they completely gutted it, and now it's just offices.
You're talking Kahunaville. Yeah, Jillian's now. Double Bogey's moved into there. Double Bogey's in the bunker and that gigantic space now too. So there's a bunch of golf simulators in there and stuff. And I hear the place is doing really well now. Like that's sort of that Steel Cities where all the kids go to hang out. It's always packed there on weekends. So yeah, they're doing well. But I'm glad something's filling out. That space is gigantic. I know for a while it was kind of a struggle for them to. Because there's just so much space. Like, what do you do with it? You know what I mean? It's huge. They bulldozed, which is cool. But yeah,
like what they bulldozed like a third of the mall to put in like that Steel Yard Commons place or what the hell they call it. Is that what it's
Steel Yard? Yeah, or the Boardman Commons, I think is what it's called, or whatever. But there's like the soccer field there now, and then there's the Steel Yard. It's called,
I don't know what it's called.
Steel Yard, I believe. Yeah, or Steel City.
Steel something.
Steel Yard. I'm sorry. I'm like all
I can't tell
anybody under 40 is screaming at me right now.
I cannot tell you the last time I stepped foot in that mall. I really don't know.
Like to walk through the mall itself, I'm trying to think. It's been at least a couple years since I've actually walked through any part of the mall.
I may have not.
And I remember even then there was nothing. There was hardly anything in it. Like it's pretty spread out, and like there's a lot of vacant properties there, and that stupid owner fucking owes all the taxes on it. He's running, he runs scams around the. I don't know how. what the how the scam set up that he's able to do that, but he's able to do that, and then he just
pay any of the taxes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't tell you a lot. It's been honestly, it might be like 6-7 years since the last time I stepped foot in that mall. It's like there's nothing there I need to go to.
No, there really isn't. I mean, I'm trying to think. The only reasons that I went to that place years ago, I mean, occasionally you go to Hot Topic, maybe to get a T-shirt or whatever. But now the Hot Topic T-shirts are so garbage cheap. You wash them one time and they're done. They're like worse than those cheapo shirts you get. Like, you ever visit like Washington D.C. where they have like there's like 3 for $10 T-shirts. Yeah. It's like complete garbage. Like, I don't know what this is printed on, but it's not actual fabric.
I remember when I went to New York City, that's what they did. It was like 5 shirts for $10. Mm-hmm. It was like, I love New York.
It's about the quality of Hot Topic T-shirts. So it's just like, yeah, no, I'm good on that, whatever. But I'm trying to think anywhere else that I went to get jeans at Express when they had but that's not even there anymore. I mean, you go to record stores and stuff, but it was always overpriced to buy it at the mall as opposed to going to Best Buy where it'd be way cheaper. Like, you spend $20 on a CD at FYE or whatever the hell.
Yeah, NRM their FYE is gone. They have like no music store at all.
Yeah,
from what I've known, because I know Eastwood still has an FYE, but I don't go in there. Like, I don't need to go there to buy some figure that's I could buy for my distributor, or go to Walmart and get it for like $25, and they have it marked like $48.99. But I remember back in the day with the malls, it was nice because like you had a lot more options. Of course, like we always say this on here, that the malls were more of an experience back then. Like Eastwood Mall had those big ass fountains that you'd like walk down into and like sit around. And we had Waves music. You had this before FYE. We had Waves music. And I can't remember if our mall had a Sam Goody or not. Then we had like KB. You had Pretzel Time Pretzels. You had Andy Ann's.
Yeah, Southern Park had an NRM, National Record Bar, which then that got bought out. I think did that become FYE, or no? That became. I'm trying to think what that it stayed a record store, but it was a different. Somebody bought it or whatever. I'm not sure.
Yeah. The mall used to be great. Now it just stinks. Yeah, that's where I'd go hang out in the winter. Was the mall? Because you just walk around. It's just like you were literally living the movie Mallrats. Now I don't even know if there's Mallrats, unless you call the mall walkers that.
The old people that
just circle it,
whatever,
and exercise out in the lobby,
getting their exercise in. They're out there waiting for the doors to open at the mall so they can go do their laps.
Yeah, God. The mall used to be so awesome, and now you just go in there, it's just blah. I hate it.
Yeah, there's nothing I need at the mall, really. You know what I mean?
It's to me, it's like I said, the mall was an experience, and it's not even close to that anymore. It's just like people hounding you to sign up for like AT&T or Spectrum. This goddamn like cologne and perfume booths.
I get every time. That always drives me nuts when people want you to sign up for their. Hey, can I talk to you about your cell phone plan? I always just say, my mom pays it. And okay. You're not going to do the
gutter people.
You're not going to do cheaper than
the gutter free, people. So. And you're just like, I don't have a house.
Yeah.
And they just don't know what to say.
Right. It's like, yeah.
They're like, can I ask you a question? You're like, you just did. They're like, can I ask you another one? You just did. And you just keep walking.
Every time I'm in Sam's Club, whatever. Yeah, that's my line. Whenever they come up with a cell phone, I was like, my mom pays it. You're not going to do cheaper than free. So, okay, I guess you got a good deal. Yeah.
God, I hate those people so much. Like, it's, and I don't know how those people fall for like working for those scams. It's like back in the day. This is something that doesn't happen anymore because you would get shot. The people who'd go door to door selling knives and vacuums. Like, so it was just on the news. Some little girl got shot for singing a Christmas carol at some dude's door.
This would have been, it was my old house. So this would have been probably like maybe 10 years ago. A dude came up to my door and was trying to was selling vacuums, and he whatever, and I even was like, let the dude come in for a minute. Then he was sitting there, he's demonstrating this vacuum thing, whatever. I'm like, dude, I gotta go. Like, it was like, I gotta go. Like, you can't. He's like, oh, really? Yeah, I gotta go. you gotta leave here.
That happened to my parents years ago. There was a guy, I was a kid, and he was going door to door selling vacuums. My parents still have the vacuum in the basement. It's called the Filter Queen. It was, my dad was fascinated by it because it couldn't tip over. The things that your parents get fascinated by when you're a kid,
right?
It could not tip over. It had like 4 wheels, and then it was just a big cylinder thing, and like the guy, it could pick up a fucking bowling ball. So not only is he going door to door selling these vacuums, but he's also carrying around a goddamn bowling ball.
Yeah, sure.
And I don't know why I remember this. The big kicker was, if you bought a vacuum from him, he'd give you a 12-pack of Coke.
All right.
My dad thought that was such a great deal. But he bought the vacuum from him. And the thing, too, I remember is the filter for the vacuum. Like, you couldn't just go to a store and buy it.
Mm-hmm.
It was this giant-ass cylinder that sat inside, like, it was like a cylinder funnel thing that would sit inside this big-ass circle vacuum. And, like, you couldn't get the filters anywhere. So my dad would basically, like, go out to the garage or whatever and just clean it himself every time. And they still have this stupid freaking vacuum. I don't know if he still uses it, but I still see it whenever I go over there. He just, I was like, oh, when we bought that vacuum, I still have it. It still works. I'm like, this vacuum is like 30-something years old. And like, you never see them anymore. But then there's like the people who go door to door selling knives, all that shit. When I lived in Girard, this was shortly after I got wood and I was married to my ex-wife. I'm sure it'll come up on my time hop eventually. This rusted out pickup truck shows up. They have a deep freezer in the back of it, held down by bungee cords. It was a white truck. It was so rusty, filthy, big ass deep freezer, bungee cord in the back, going door to door selling meat.
So I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna.
I'm like, are you interested in buying meat? I'm like, from that?
Yeah.
They go, yeah. No. Go, but we have great deals. I'm like, no.
There was always
I don't need food poisoning. I don't need dysentery or whatever else you're carrying around in your rusted ass truck with your big deep freezer.
There's that ice cream guy. Is it Schwann's? Is that the company that still goes still drives around and sells ice cream out of the truck? And then they have meat and shit in there too. Yeah. They'll sell that whatever. And
my parents used to order.
My parents did once, like for a little bit, and then the guy kept coming around like, dude, we don't want, because it wasn't cheap. Like it was very expensive because my parents would give us the things. What would you want?
I will tell you this. They had awesome chicken nuggets. They were so good. And they also had, I don't know what they called it, but it was these big ass rings of like, it was bread filled with mozzarella cheese. It was a big ass ring. In the middle of it was marinara. They always came frozen, obviously, and you had to eat them. First off, those chicken nuggets would be gone in like a day and a half because I'd eat the whole fucking bag. 2, you'd only get like 5 of those rings, and those would be gone in like 3 days. And my parents would just complain about how much money it was costing. But I'm like, it's so good because you can't get this stuff anywhere else. We never got ice cream from them. And we also got these burgers. I would call them the flower burgers because they were in the shape of flowers.
I don't remember that at all. I
remember they tasted like dog food pretty much, but I ate them all the time.
We had steaks and stuff, I think, from them. We might have done ice cream a couple times, but it was so expensive. My parents were like, we're not doing that because it was a fortune to have any of their ice cream, whatever. It was like, we're okay on that.
Yeah, those chicken nuggets were so good. I forgot all about those.
Every once in a while I see that truck go down my street, I'll have to flag it down and get you some nuggets one day.
Yes, please do. Those things were so good. Oh, and that cheesy bread ring thing, I ate the hell out of those.
Yeah, for some reason I thought that went out of business. Whatever, they don't do that anymore.
May have. I don't know. I cannot tell. I forgot all about Schwann's. It came to a point to where my parents were like, lock the door, don't answer it. What do you want to order anything? Because it was like $60 for like 4 things.
Yeah.
And that was like, I was probably like 14 or 15. They're like those flour burgers, like I said, they were frozen. They taste like dog food, but I ate them all the fucking time. And I don't know why. I'm like, these don't taste good. And I just continue to eat them. My parents like, did you want more of those hamburgers? I'm like, yes. I'm like, why? They taste awful. And they literally were in the shape of flowers. So this past, I did 2 shows in the last 2 weeks. I did the Mansfield Toy Show, which put on by James, my buddy James from, he does the Columbus Toy Show. And, but then I just did, this past weekend, I drove home yesterday from New York Toy Show, which I do with my buddy Greg, who like lives out that way. And he always goes every year. He goes, I don't want to do that show. It's terrible. And he always does it. I probably have never heard so many people complain about their sales in my life as I did this show. Like this show is like, I don't understand why they do this. So basically, they let you in at 3:00 to set up. They let early birds in at 4. It gives you an hour to do your setup. Which the dad never did this. His kids do it now, and they say it's for them to keep his honor alive and stuff like that. No, it's just a money grab. So they charge you $20 to get in, and most of the vendors aren't even set up on Saturday because setup's on Saturday. Then, if you want to come Sunday, you have to pay another $20 to get in for early bird. So you're out like $40. And here's the thing I don't understand about the show: none of the people at early bird buy anything.
Yeah, isn't it the whole point of going to early bird is like see everything before it gets picked over?
Yeah. And this is the 3rd year in a row I have done $0 during early bird. Because people just walk around. And like these people are, the people of York are so incredibly cheap. Like my buddy Mark, who's on the show, previously, said it was his worst sales he's ever had at any toy show. Like these people are dirt cheap. They are so dirt cheap that my buddy Greg was selling $1 Hot Wheels. And a guy goes to him, how much are the Hot Wheels? He goes, they're $1 a piece. He goes, is there a deal if I buy 2? He goes, no, they're $1. He goes, he put them down and walked away.
Well, too much.
He goes, he literally wanted a deal off of $2. I said, and that is why I don't bring Hot Wheels to this show, because these people are so cheap. They will negotiate over $1. Like I had some guy walk up to my booth and go, that right there, is that from the Labyrinth? I was like, no. That's My Pet Monster. Oh, it looks like it would be something from the Labyrinth. It's like, have you ever watched the Labyrinth? No. I'm guessing not, because it looks like nothing from the Labyrinth. And, oh my God, those people were like, they're like, how much is your My Pet Monster? I'm like, $200. They go, wow. Well, it's cheaper than the guy who wants 500. And they just walk away. And I'm like, oh my God. That show is just like, that show is really good to buy at if you're a store owner. But if you want like loose stuff, because so many people, there's so much loose stuff there, and it's all filthy. Like it's insane how dirty and gross this stuff is. Like these people are just like, it's just so, you cannot like. There was one guy who had nothing but like graded toys. He probably didn't sell anything, but like it's just the most bizarre show. It's so much die cast and filthy loose stuff.
Nobody cleans up their toys. It's just
no, and a lot of these people only do that show. So they only do this show once a year, and it's always the weekend of Thanksgiving. And these people just hoard all their garbage for the show.
Just bringing back all their dirty toys from the year before that they didn't sell, and it just
The one person, yes, they still have that damn Batman Forever Batcave. That's like 3 towers.
Mm.
It's like 7 foot long because there's a track that goes down. It's like the place. It's huge, ridiculous. I've been doing this show for 3 years now. They have had that stupid thing for the last 3 years, and they bring it every time. And so many of these people bring the same stuff every time, every year. I'm like, stop bringing it. Like, just list it on eBay or something. Like, no one's, if you haven't sold it in the last 3 years, year 4, you ain't selling it. But like, it's just such a bizarre show. I will never understand it. Also, it is some of the most big hair I've ever seen in one spot since like the 80s. Like, the Aquanet factory must be located in York, PA, because there was so much big hair there, and also the most smelly people I've ever smelled in one building.
So I take it you won't be back to the York.
I'll be going back. But like this one guy, he smelled so bad. Like I knew whenever I saw him, I knew to hold my breath because like he smelled so bad you could taste it. So I'd go, oh God, it's him. So I'd hold my breath and I'd have to get like a good 5 feet away from him before I could start breathing again.
That happens at some wrestling shows too. There's always a couple smelly people who are like, oh my God. That happens at like,
I mean, it happens at Toybox too. I mean, there's
metal concerts, whatever too. It's like, dude, when was the last time you took a shower?
There's some people who come to Toybox. The one Toybox, we had a guy who literally smelled like a rotting corpse. And someone comes up to me and goes, I know that smell, and that's gangrene. And I'm like, it smells disgusting. But like this, I don't understand. Like a lot of these people smelled so bad. Like so bad. I'm just like, how? Like, stop buying dollar Hot Wheels. Stop buying dollar Hot Wheels. Start buying soap. But so our last show is still, our one clip is still getting like likes, comment. I stopped even looking at comments.
Yeah, it gets so many where I'm just like, I'm good, whatever. I was liking a lot of them, whatever. And
every day it's getting likes and comments over me not knowing anything about pizza to whatever else. But like, I can't believe the traction that clip got.
Pizza gets a lot, man. People get fired up about pizza, food. You know what I mean?
Like I don't even know how many views it has now because I quit looking.
20-some thousand, I think. Yeah, it's in the 20 between 20 and 30,000, I think. But yeah, it's got a zillion comments on there. But yeah, every time you do top pizzas, whatever, everybody chimes in or gets pissed off at you or agrees with you or what. Yeah,
a lot of people were mad. A lot of people were mad because we include.
Yeah,
insert
name whatever. There was a bunch. There's a bunch I haven't tried. There's a bunch that I will say with the comments that there's a bunch I want to try now because some of the comments that kept coming up, they kept repeating ones where I was like, I have not tried Mary's. I've had Mary's in Lisbon. Mary's in Lisbon is its own kind of thing though. Like I don't put that in mind just because it's like it's super duper thick. Like the crust, like one piece is like a meal, and there's a ton of toppings. It's very good, but it's like super rich and just like it's almost like a. You got to eat it with a fork pretty much.
Yeah. I don't want to use a fork eating my pizza. But so now we're going to do a new thing where it's going to be called the top 5 list. And I wrote down 6 things. And every show I'm going to have you pick a number 1 through 6 or 1 through whatever I have. Today I can only come up with 6 things. So I want you to pick a number.
Oh, these are the topics?
Yes.
Okay. So just pick a number.
Yep. And then I'll delete it and then I'll replace it with something else.
Boy, I hope I have 5 things on your list. Hopefully I can make a top 5.
Oh, no, you can. I want you to pick a number 1 through 6.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can.
Let's do number 3.
Oh, look at that. It is the season. Top 5 best Christmas gifts.
Top 5 best Christmas
Going with
gifts.
number 5.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to
when
think
you're
about
a
this
kid.
for a minute. Because my order's probably going to get all jacked up and changed around here as we do this. I could probably tell you what number 1 is off the bat. I'm going to have to go backwards here, though.
Yeah, we'll go backwards. Number 5 for me. Like, I wrote these lists and I didn't even think anything out. Number 5 for me. like a lot of the stuff I got was probably from the same Christmas. But number 5, I'll say I got a yellow beanbag chair. That was also the year I found out that Santa Claus didn't exist because I found it in my parents. I found it in my parents' closet.
Yeah, we found out
by accident. It was hidden behind the door.
My brother and I discovered Santa didn't exist when, we found the presents hidden in the basement. They were like under blankets and stuff. And then my parents, they never told us Santa didn't exist. They just, instead of writing from Santa, they just wrote from mom and dad. So it's like, oh, whatever. We didn't care. I was like, whatever. Like,
whatever.
you give it as gifts. Yeah. My number 5, I'm going to go with a gift I got from my grandma. I'm going to do the Sony Walkman. My first Sony Walkman. I got my first Sony Walkman, and I got AC/DC Who Made Who on cassette. So that's number 5. I killed that. I saw the cassette. Like I sold most of my cassettes. I held that one because it's sentimental. That's on my shelf with a bunch of other, like a random crap, like a Gene Simmons bobblehead and the Lemmy Funko Pop, and you know what I mean, like music memorabilia.
But yeah, I got a yellow beanbag chair, and I sat on that thing every day because like our room growing up, we didn't have a couch, so like there was 3 yellow beanbag chairs, one for me, one for my one sister, one for my other sister. So number 5 for me would be my yellow beanbag chair, which I don't even think they make beanbag chairs like that anymore. Like there was like that weird vinyl that had like the circle stitched on, so you know where to put your butt. But yeah, yellow beanbag chair would be on my number 5. Number 4. What number 4 be? I'll say number 4 would probably be. It's from the same Christmas. It was my first cassette I ever got, which was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles soundtrack. And I wasn't even a huge fan of the movie itself growing up. I thought part 2 was way better. But yeah, I don't even know what the hell songs were even on that soundtrack. That's what I got.
I remember the cover of the movie, and it was the same as the cover of the soundtrack, obviously, too. I don't remember what was on it, too. My brother and I probably had that. I think my brother might have had that.
Well, yeah, it was like my first cassette. So I was like ecstatic just to have a cassette tape.
I'm going to go number 4. I'll switch it up. I'm gonna stick with that theme. Another cassette that I got, and it was Ren and Stimpy had a Christmas album.
Wait, what?
It was called Ren and Stimpy's Croco Christmas, I think, and it was them doing their own versions of Christmas carols.
Holy crap! I listened to the
shit out of that, and I wish I still had it because it's probably worth something. But like, I'm sure it got trashed or gone somewhere. If I dig hard enough, I might still have that.
I never knew that existed.
Ren and Stimpy had a Christmas album. It was after the original creator or whatever was gone, and like it was like that second wave of Ren and Stimpy when it was like different people, and they started merchandising everything and stuff after that too, whatever, or even more. They did it after that. But yeah, I remember listening to the hell out of that for like weeks on end after getting that stupid cassette.
It's funny. Like I said, never knew that existed. I love Ren and Stimpy. Number 3. Oh God, let me see. All right, number 3, I'll go with another music thing that I got, but it also comes with the like worst gift I ever got. My first ever CD player. But it sucked because my mom bought me a freaking CD that she wanted to listen to. Which is almost like a recurring theme of my life for gifts. She bought me Aerosmith Big Ones.
Oh yeah,
and I hate Aerosmith. But then I took so I got the CD player, and then the day after Christmas, I went and bought I bought Green Day Dookie. What's the other one I bought? I wanted Offspring Smash, but it was sold out. I got something else. I cannot remember what the other one was. But yeah, I bought Green Day Dookie for my first actual CD.
My first CD player came on my birthday. Like that was a birthday gift. And I remember real quick, I played it too loud and blew out the speakers. So it was like the thing would like buzz and do whatever. And I remember like sitting there trying to like super glue the speakers that you blew out because it was just this little cardboard. You know what I mean? I mean, it wasn't like anything.
Mine was a Sanyo. I'll never forget it. It was probably about that big.
I can't remember the brand name. It was an off brand. It wasn't a brand name, whatever the hell it was. It was like, you know, the care. It was something cheapo, but yeah. All right. So what, I gotta go to number 3 here.
Yeah.
I know what 1 and 2 are gonna be. I'm trying to. 3 would probably be. It would have had to have been something related around. I'm trying to think of the action figure line I was like most into as a kid. Like I was real into Turtles. I was real into Ghostbusters stuff. I'm just trying to remember like what figure or what accessory I would say probably Ninja Turtles, because I think I started with a couple of them, and I think I just bought those on my own, whatever, and then they got me the whatever. I think like Leonardo, not Donatello. I think they got me those for Christmas, and I was just I was just thrilled because I was so into Ninja Turtles at the time, whatever. And yeah, I wish of course, as I always say, I wish I'd saved any of that shit. I could find all kinds of other crap in my parents' house, but somehow all the action figures just had to go.
Like, they had to. They didn't go too much space.
Right. It's not even,
my number 2 would probably be, I was real young when this happened. And I'll never forget, they're already opened for me, put together and on display on the coffee table we had, which was Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I was real young when I got those. And those were like the staple of my childhood, of my early years for action figures.
I got those. I don't remember when I got those, but I had the Castle Grayskull. And I think I've asked you this before. What was the Masters of the Universe thing where it was like or I might have confused this with another line, whatever, where it's like it was like a big skeleton that like the figures rode in.
Oh my God.
Remember
Battle Bones.
Okay, I remember having that as a little kid too. I couldn't tell you when I got it or if it came on Christmas or not.
I had it as a kid, but never really fully realized that I was supposed to carry your action figures.
Mm-hmm.
And you open his mouth to put your accessories in there.
Yeah, I
just used it as a toy.
So, I think that's pretty much what we did too. I mean, like I occasionally would set them up like once in a great while when I was actually gonna like cleaned up anything as a kid. Like you'd stick them in there. My mom would tell me to stick them in there. All right, we on number 2?
Yeah.
Number 2 is gonna have to be Nintendo for me. Getting NES, whatever. And we got it a couple years later. My neighbor already had it, and I'd played it, whatever. And I was like, I got it. And then I just remember my parents being extremely pissed at my brother and I. I'm pretty sure the first 2 games we had for that it came with Super Mario Brothers, and I think Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf was the other one.
It has to make its appearance every podcast.
I'm pretty sure that was there.
Sponsored by Lee Trevino.
It was very, very early on. When Lee Trevino dies, we're going to do a tribute episode. He's like 85, but it was Nintendo. But I remember my parents getting really pissed off at us because like company be coming over, and we would not get away from the TV. Yeah. It was like, oh my God, we played it all day. Like, it was eventually they had to cut us off.
I got you. My number 1 would be the Nintendo. It was the year I got the beanbag chair. I got Super Mario Brothers 3 because it came with Super Mario Brothers. Then I got Super Mario Brothers 3, and then I also got DuckTales. And I played the hell out of Super Mario Bros. 3, and I played the hell out of DuckTales. Like, mind you, it took me years to beat Super Mario Bros. 3. I don't even know if I ever beat DuckTales. DuckTales, I just remember bouncing around, the duck's cane and the noise, and then hitting rocks like a golf ball.
I never had DuckTales, but I think I had friends that had it, whatever. I remember playing it, but we never had it.
Yeah, I played the hell out of those 2 games. That's all I did was sit there that Christmas morning, sat on my beanbag chair, and played the hell out of Nintendo. And then I think my aunt came over that night and gave me the Friday the 13th game for Nintendo. I was so excited. I'm like, this game's terrible.
It was
like, how the hell are you supposed to do anything?
Yeah, that was one that, I mean, like, if you didn't know what you're doing, it was, and nobody did when you first did it, but I remember I played it so freaking much that I figured it out because it was just like, you get a game, whatever, and it was like that was all you had, or whatever. So it's like I'm going to enjoy this, or I'm going to figure this out, or whatever. I'm gonna at least get it to where whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was hard as hell after a while. Like I said, you kill him once, then you had to kill him again, you had to kill him a third time. It was like it got to be real hard. I remember just getting pissed off.
How much just killing rocks?
And I still, if I play that now, because the map's all backwards. Like you have to go the opposite way it is on the map, which I played that last year at some point on a retro thing. And I'm like, my God, like how the hell do we do this? And because like, yeah, you're going backward. It made no damn sense. It was like,
I hated that game so much. And I get random people messaging me from us talking about that.
It was just way, 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 way too complicated to figure out as a kid.
Yeah.
Way
now
too
it's
complicated.
like way easier to figure out, but I still hate it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it just because it's complicated doesn't make it a good game. It's just not a good game.
Yeah, it was a tough one, but yeah, I do remember playing the hell out of that. Number one would have been my first bass guitar. I got that when I was maybe 13, 14 years old, whatever. And so yeah, it was an Epiphone bass with the combo amp with it. I still have the amp. The guitar, I don't know why in high school, like as I went on, I felt the need to, when I got a new bass, to just completely wreck the old ones. So I'd smash them, or I'd light them on fire, or I would do something dumb when we were playing live. It's like, why am I, all the equipment that I just burned up or like just ended up like I crapped through. But that bass is still hanging. It's hanging in my dad's wood shop and the thing, but it's just like the frame of it because it's all,
my God,
it's all completely jacked up, whatever. But he's got it hanging out there. I'm like, all right, Dad. But I still have the amp. The amp still works. But yeah,
that's crazy that the amp still works.
Yeah, I mean, it's a solid state amp, whatever. There was nothing really a hell lot in it. It wasn't a loud enough amp to like go play like out with, whatever. So once I actually started playing actual shows, whatever, you had to upgrade or get a louder amp, whatever, too. So it was just like a little practice amp, and it just sat for years, whatever. And I've got it hooked up in my basement, whatever. If I want to plug a bass into something, I usually plug it into that because it's just it's not very loud.
Do you have any honorable mentions for?
I would always, almost all of it would be action figure stuff. You know what I mean? The Ghostbusters stuff, Thundercat stuff when I was real little. I'm trying to think of any other like, and I'm trying just to keep stuff that I got as kids, not like older on, because I got some cool gifts older on as an adult, obviously. But like, yeah, from just being a kid. Like I remember we usually got, if there was a new Calvin and Hobbes book, my parents usually bought me that. So that would probably be on there. Trying to think if there's anything else that would have made the list. Maybe the Land Before Time Littlefoot that I just sold you. And that was a Christmas gift, as I recall.
I wanted one of those so bad as a kid, and they were only sold at like JC Penney's.
I had that. I was really into Land Before Time for that little period, whatever that. And I remember the what was it, Ducky? Was that the name of it? That was like a little like hand puppet kind of thing with rubber.
Those are from Pizza Hut.
Yeah, I had that. Yeah, so I had a couple other smaller toys. I never had whatever whoever the Triceratops was, the little baby
Sarah.
I never had her, whatever her toy was, whatever. So yeah, it was like I think I had a Petrie too of some kind, some description. But yeah,
my honorable mention that I could think of, which I didn't think about it until I said Nintendo, was I got a Game Boy, and I was
I got a Game Boy too. That probably is an honorable mention too.
Ecstatic to have a Game Boy, because I'm like, it was like the year they came out. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. I got the one game I wanted, and the game was awful.
I had a lot of awful Game Boy games. It was like trying to get through.
Bart versus the Juggernauts.
Yeah, I think the Simpsons ones were terrible.
Was so goddamn hard. Like I couldn't even get past the first thing.
There was a Ren and Stimpy game for Game Boy I got when I got the Game Boy 2, and it was one of them I got later was actually pretty easy, and you could get through it. And it actually wasn't that terrible of a game, and they made it for Super Nintendo and stuff too. And I've gone back; it's the same thing, just with better graphics, obviously on that. But there was one of them. It took me forever to get to the end of the first level, and the second level you just died instantly. It was so hard. I'm like, how does anybody beat this?
Those Simpson games are just so hard. Like I will never understand how they made them so difficult.
Yeah,
like because my friend down the street, growing up, Seth had Bart versus Space Mutants, Like, couldn't get through the first level of that.
Well, that was
then I had, like I said, then I had Bart versus Juggernaut for Game Boy, and the game was impossible.
Well, that was why the Simpsons arcade game was such a hit too, because it was the first Simpsons like game of any kind that you could actually play. It was just like fun to smash shit and see whatever, you know what I mean? Like that was it was fun to see all the characters and stuff too. Like that was, I think that the most of the reason that game was so successful is because all the games that came before it were Simpsons were terrible.
Yeah,
I only ever had one that I played a lot. It was Krusty's Funhouse, which was just like a Lemmings game where like you had to guide.
Oh, I never got to play that.
Things where to go, and it was all right, but it wasn't like worth. You know what I mean? It was like whatever, you know.
Yeah, well, I get it. Oh, Christmas! It's coming up upon us fast, real fast. There was something else I had top 5 of. We're just gonna do it right now, real quick. We don't even have to do top 5. You can just rattle off your worst Christmas gifts you ever got as a kid.
Worst Christmas gifts. Oh man, I think I've told this story before. And God rest her soul, anything from my grandma Millie was weird. It was always like irregular clothing, irregular underwear, whatever she got at Gabe's or whatever. You know what I mean? Like she loved buying whatever, and like just always just the most messed up, bizarre clothes that just went right in the garbage. And she got, I got these 3 for $1. Like what? There's a reason there's a reason they're $1, Grandma. Like,
I'm sure last year I discussed a lot of mine, which all came from my grandma as well. My grandma bought me a Dalmatian sweatshirt. I didn't have a Dalmatian dog. Not sure why she bought me one, but she did. Then my mom made me wear it for like school pictures. She gave me a green girl sweatshirt that she bought at Sears and couldn't remember what department she got it out of. And it was so old that they had to look it up in this catalog to get the SKU. It was so embarrassing. Because then we also had returned my mom's gift from her, which was a vacuum that my grandma used and left all the dirt in it. That's the same Christmas. Because they opened the box and to make sure everything was there. They opened it and they go, "This was used." My mom was like, she gave me a used vacuum and put it back in the box and repackaged it. The year I got my Nintendo, my grandma bought me a magician set when I had no interest in magic at all. So I returned it and got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game.
I remember as a little kid getting, do you remember those stupid pajamas that like, and they might even still make these. They were like a one-piece pajama thing you zipped up, and they had feet and the footy
pajamas,
and the footies were like made of this like weird rubber or whatever.
You'd slide everywhere.
You just sweat, like your feet would immediately start sweating everywhere. I was like, why would anybody wear? Like, I remember I hated those pajamas. Like, I was like, no, like never wearing these. Like, I used to hide them. Like when I was a little kid, I was like, no, I'm not. Like, awful.
Oh God, yeah, they were terrible. I hated them. I'm trying to think what other. Oh, I'll never forget the one year for Christmas, my aunt who bought me a Friday 13th game when I got my Game Boy. She gave me a Game Boy game for Christmas. I was so excited. Then I opened it and was like devastated because it was some shitty like great value game. It had a dragon on it. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like Mahjong or something like that. But before there was like Mahjong. And I brought it to Video Game Exchange to try to trade in, and they only offered me $5. And my mom said, "You're keeping it."
Well, I remember getting the Adventures of Bayou Billy for Christmas too, and I remember it was like it took me like 15 years to beat the first level. Like you couldn't get past the first level. I was like, this is the hardest game I've ever played in my life. Like instantly you get there, there's 3 guys that just kick the shit out of you, and you're dead. You're like, and then if you got past those 3 guys, whatever, you get to other groups of 3 guys, whatever. Like in the first level, then if you get past that, then you got to fight an alligator. You're like, all right, you were just dead. You were dead immediately. Like it couldn't drop enough health for you to live. Like it took like 15 years for me to beat the first level of that game.
I'll never forget. I was younger. It was right after I got divorced. My mom asked me, I don't know what to get you for Christmas. Can you write me down some stuff? I wrote down because I didn't have cable. So I wrote down, and this is before the days of Netflix was around, but Netflix wasn't streaming. So I wrote down a list of TV shows I wanted to start watching. Like I'm like season 1 of Dexter, season 1 of this. I got season 3 of Dexter. And like nothing was ever season 1. It was whatever was on sale on Black Friday at Target. That's what she bought me. And I'm like, she goes, I got you. She goes, are you happy? I got you the shows that you wanted to watch. I go, none of these are season 1. I go, how am I supposed to start watching any of these? She goes, what do you mean? I go, seasons 1 is where the story starts.
Yeah, right.
Like there's 5 seasons at this point in time. There's like 4 or 5 seasons of Dexter out, and I'm like, you bought me season 3. I'm like, and she's like, well, aren't you gonna watch it? I go, no, I have no idea what's going on. But that was for every TV series she bought me. And I was like, oh my god, I don't even know what the hell I ended up doing with them. But that was just dumb.
Yeah, I'm waiting for anybody to buy DVDs again, but I don't know if DVDs are gonna have the nostalgia that VHS tapes did, because I have a zillion DVDs.
There's a lot of stuff on DVD that was never available to VHS, or there's a lot of stuff on DVD that's not available on Blu-ray or streaming. So
yeah, maybe.
Who knows? But that is it for us this week. Thank everyone tuning in and checking us out. Greatly appreciate it. We'll probably get one more in before Christmas, maybe.
Yeah, we should.
So thank everyone tuning in and checking us out. We greatly appreciate it. We will talk to you all soon.